The same is true for Eternal Fire. When will this flash finally come? Now is the answer. But xantares is able to avoid the bare brunt of it, and they take so much damage on the return here. They fall off successfully, but the damage is already confirmed.
And they've spotted literally every player in there, so they have to worry about absolutely nothing. I mean, you unironically know all 5 players are long, so you can just 5-stack A, ensure somebody like Taz has this rotation out, and they're stuck. They have to come walking into you, and look at the utility they have. They got a couple of smokes and 1 flash, sure, but it's probably not going to be enough to shut down 5 players. They know it's still coming out long. Taz has no worries in the world as they come pathing and scaling up. But running out of HP, it's a bit alarming for HONORIS. That flash finally pops, and it's a bit too close for comfort anymore. It takes 1 or maybe even 2 with it. And head starts to rip away in the favor of Eternal Fire. Taz left all alone in the 1v4.
Trying to pop some heads, but they won't give him anything here. Taz, they know what he's capable of. He knows what he's already been doing on Nuke here, so trying to avoid the same fate on DUST2 could be possible. Popping some shots up there, giving him a couple of fights here, but nothing too long standing, and eventually he's just going to run out of time. Hey, 044 hits the deck. Taz getting ample opportunity, but he's running out of ammunition, and he will get taken down instead, so he's running out of HP. And that will be the closer.
That would have been scary too, man. There was a kit there. Like, there was a kid on site. He could have won that round if they overstepped it a little bit, which they kind of did. But lucky enough, he's not rolling back years on that pistol round. So Eternal Fire are going to be the ones starting this off hot. And remember, I think the T side of anything of DUST2 as soon as they can, rather as soon as Eternal Fire can, and it's full buy v full buy. Who knows? It's going to be the better team coming out on top, most certainly.
This is a good point, right? They've had these early starts before. It hasn't necessarily meant that those starts would be good finishes by any means. Now they're up against the full brunt of a bye. And Taz is continuing his good form. So, I mean, some of the stuff that we mentioned in the pregame is still a little bit scary, right? If Taz can keep things up and you see the rest of the team follow suit, this is going to be a bit of a worrying sign for what could be to come. Dusting the waters up catwalk, though. If they could just get an execute down, this would be a great way to start off the rifles. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
A lot of space to do it, too. I mean, there's still 3 players technically on A, but with all the room they've given them to work with, Eternal Fire can get this bomb down for free and back away if they want to, which I think they do. So far, just holding on behind these smokes. Sobel's going to be the first to take contact. He kind of needs to win this duel. They've already been put in a big deficit. Even more stuck in Gandalf, too. I don't know how winnable this round is. Hayes hit another on the op, too. Think if you're an HONORIS, you just start to back away, concede the round. You have to. You've given up too much space. You simply have to acknowledge that and accept the fact. Samey only looking for some exit kills, but they will just stay at that. There is no re-interest in the round. It is Eternal Fire starting it off once again 4-0. But this time feels different. This time feels like Eternal Fire are ready to manage this a bit better.
That's a great execute right there, right? I mean, they have so many protocols, perfect utility tossed out to deal with some of the ramp presence. And honestly, what I like most about that is Eternal Fire.
Previous map. Enrico's been, I'd say, unusually quiet. Even looking for the opening kill, Taz barely misses out on it. A lot of damage inflicted, but damage isn't everything. Even goes back in to try to find more spam, and Emor follows the same fate as xantares, but still no dice in the kill feed.
Things are becoming very, very awkward for both camps right now. We have a player inside of T-spawn right now in Sobel, who's going to rely heavily on timing to work things, and timing just might favor him. He has 3 players exiting the long side, but he's going to miss his spray. Sobel completely fumbles that one, and Amor's going to walk away. The victor there, opening pick for him, stolen away. Now, there's a lot of low HP bars, but this 4-on-5 has just gotten a whole lot more juicy for Eternal Fire.
There's 1 HE on Taz. If they come pathing up long, there's a world where he gets 2, maybe even 3, depending on how well the placement is. But he'll have to be placing it in a good spot pretty damn soon. Get to throw it in. There it goes. That might be good. No, can't get the kill, but still does more damage on his xantares, who's already tagged up low. Bomb spotted it long, too. So they're going to make their push into A with HONORIS very well aware and prepared for what's going on. Even hearing the last 2 players' footsteps barreling up into the A-bomb site. The only one with a reasonable amount of HP right now is Calix, and he's just shown face towards ramp. Samey, not too eager to give up the angle, but realizing he's stuck between a rock and a hard place means something's got to go haywire. It's Taz in the 1v2. 11 seconds to go. He takes the fight instead of getting the bomb down in Calyx.
For HONORIS to get into this match.
Well, can't allow him to get in the match if he's hitting shots like that. Sure, it's an eco, but if there's anybody you don't want warming up, it's the unknown Opper, who is already a bit of a certainty and maybe a weakness for Eternal Fire. But if even he's stepping up now, then what do HONORIS have to try to punish? Oof, dudes.
Oh. He's 0-44. He's warming up DUST2's map. This is why they called him up. Old Eternal Fire there, and Taz, he gets deleted out towards long here, so nothing going really their way at the moment. Except for that HE. It's quite nice. Little toss on in. Second, the follow-up isn't there. The third, oh, he evacuates in time. xantares getting the duel of a lifetime if he can land the timing right. I think he might have spotted him, maybe not though. Sobel might have just found the right timing. In the meantime, though, they are going to make their move on in towards this B-bomb site. Backs are turned, that's one, but then he's in no man's land here. He's doing phenomenal damage. But you're not going to get away with that for too long up against xantares.
Well, I can't imagine much more happens in the round. Yeah, Samey, Fire keep this streak going. I wonder, when does this train stop? Because so far, it doesn't really look like anything's going to be throwing it off of the rails. Eternal Fire starting to beef themselves up and root on for a very decent-looking half. What's he going to have left in the tank for this half?
Just keeping all of the individuals quiet here. And look at this movement. xFloud so quick on his feet right there. Gets out towards long, taking so many different duels, but keeping all of this attention turned, and Task gonna get hard cleared. xFloud, what a beautiful entry. Now one more inside of the pit. He's gonna isolate a fight on the Samey. This is insane. xFloud eventually gonna get cleared out there, and Calyx the same. That's actually bomb drop, so Sobel, he starts to turn the tides. He can keep things in their favor now. He's gonna hold on to bomb, but he has no utility to keep them at bay towards long, so no support. You can see two B players pushed in. He has no help.
He's not going to get it either. It is fight out. He doesn't win anything. xantares better in the opening duel. It's going to be pretty much a retake. Actually, no. I thought they'd just paddle to the metal, but instead they back it away and give all this time for Rico and Grasshog to figure out what's going on. I think they picked the worst alternative here. Eternal Fire, not only do they wait, but they give away info. They keep coming back into the site, and they reassure HONORIS that this stack is going to be properly made. So if there's any way Eternal Fire lose this round, it's doing just this. They're not even going to get in their own heads about it. Smokes Bloom on the cross. And Rico even drops one back of his own. Nice nade placement coming out from Eternal Fire, but they still have to trade out Rico, and apparently they do it with ease. Grasshog, only man left in the middle of the bomb site with footsteps heard. They have already been aware of his whereabouts. Now it's just all about locking in and securing this kill. Hey, around the boxes has it locked in too. And Eternal Fire go up to 7 rounds.
Make every round work right here. This is excellent work from xFloud. Look at the way he isolates his duel. This decision to go through the smoke rather than go for Sobel inside of the pit is so incredibly bold, but it ends up panning out so well. Because then it leaves Sobel on an island. Get to continue to string things off, most likely. Still 5 deagles though to deal with, so I don't want to call it safe and sound.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Usually I'm with you, but again, it just doesn't feel like that magic, that pizzazz is here this game. HONORIS, they fizzled out coming into this map, and I mean, hell, I would too, so I can't really blame them, but I mean, it's abysmal after what they looked like on Nuke. I mean, yeah, sure, it's one thing to be losing to Eternal Fire on DUST2. It is their, like, crown jewel of a map. It's one of the maps they're known for, but like the difference between losing and being dominated 7-0 is like it's shocking.
Gosh, so snappy right there from xantares. Do what he does best, setting himself up. Unfortunately, he had 3 foes in towards catwalk, so he's going to get bested, and Taz grabs himself an AK as his reward. Like you said, you never want to count off these deagle rounds here, but there isn't that same magic. There isn't that same individual ability showing up. In fact, it's all been in favor of Eternal Fire. The clutch is included in that mix, so likelihood of closing this round out is slim to none. Rico, he has the right idea, but unfortunately the wrong crosshair placement on that one.
Now,
and ooh,
I got a little bit of a scary stat for you.
Go ahead.
So, we haven't talked much about Inferno, because I can't blame you if you didn't think it was going to get there, regardless of who took the series. But
that scary position with the Bitskins. Go and check them out for all your skin needs. They're just gonna throw it towards the B-bomb site here.
No.
Why not? Everything is going right. Look how well this B rush is going. Straight through a smoke. Rico's sure to fall. There's just no way you can get away with all that much here. And maybe trades can come from Solo, but he's down low and Moore's just gonna hunt him. Okay, maybe it's overstepping. But I think the damage is done, right? I mean, an op on the retake here. One molly, one smoke is all that they have left. It's decent utility, but it's not great. Sobel might encourage them, but no, it's just too far removed. Everyone else, this B rush has worked out wonders. They're up 9-0, and like you said, man, I don't know if there's ever going to be a reply here. It's too much force coming through from Eternal Fire.
the thing is, too, I kind of like them overextending. I know it is a bit out of pocket, and, you know, they do end up falling for it, but it's like, if you think about it in a nutshell, they have so much money. HONORIS isn't getting anything off of picking up these AKs. They've had them before. They've used them on site holds. It hasn't worked. So, I like them trying to take more guns away, because,
Finding a whole lot. Shot. Popped up. A044. Can't be hating on him right now when he's 8-2. He's doing great work. And beautiful opening right there. xantares looking to follow it up, but doesn't expect Taz posted up. He finds himself a big multi-kill. This is much more likely eventually to be shut down by Sammy. Who will hold on to this long control. Next Floud left into a 1-on-3. This could be the first.
well, it is about time HONORIS were able to do something and chip a bit off the shoulder of Eternal Fire, because it has just been so damn one-sided, and still, you can't even opt to give up a kill here. Like, you have to hold on to these guns. I don't think they've been spotted. Off good for the one, even 1v1! Rico! He's right-clicked the A1S, and the bomb's still down at long, so Sammy doesn't have to reposition all that wildly. But still to be thrown into a 1v1 like you are now is so scary.
They're going to be kicking themselves. I'm sure he has a very good idea of exactly where Sammy is as well, right? The player that took down 2 of his teammates, there's no way he's moving off of this position, although he still has an incredibly difficult task ahead of him to isolate this duel into Sammy. He's given over the long control, though. xFloud now making noise. He's making no secret about his position. He gives over the alarm bells here. Ollie goes in towards doors. This is beautiful.
Oh, it misses, though. It misses, and Sobel's already crept alongside it. Oh, my God, the op shots miss, and they both exchange chances to the rifles instead. They want to go with the automatic AK. Half HP is Sammy looking for the clutch. xFloud's got it around the smoke. They can do no wrong. HONORIS, throw it away.
Oh, you can't let that one slide. That is so insane right there. Robbery taking place right there. Another clutch. A 1-on-3 this time from xFloud, who gets away with everything. Look at the way he's able to isolate these fights. You couldn't ask for more weak, but in the 1-on-1 when everything has gone wrong, he will.
Oh,
and Hey044 continues to apply pressure right there. 2 opening picks from him.
Who does that, man? Who does that? I mean, first one, sure, yeah, makes sense. That's why this map sucks, but who goes for that repeat there? And they're still holding on to tons. Grasshog spotted. xantares, even if he didn't get the kill from Ton, there was still an extra line of defense. They know Taz is on catwalk. This one's shut down. Eternal Fire up to 11 rounds. 3,400 bucks.
Yeah, you might want to just get out of this one as soon as possible here. Try and take it to more level playing field like an Inferno. I don't know if that's the case, though. Timing was very, very worrisome. But with the amount of presence, they get away decent, but still they have to pick up the pieces. 45 HP left on Sobel. They're just going to bypass Cat. They're not really worried about that. Instead, they're going to head out towards middle, and I wonder what Grasshog can get from this position. He's calling in rotations for Taz.
Well, good opening pick. Again, they've got this crossfire layered in. Taz with them, and oh, no way. Maybe finally they're able to do it. Hey, it's all up to him. No haters allowed.
The best that they can on the T side, but simply not have enough in the tank. Not have enough rounds in reserve to get the job done. You know, one mistake on your T side, one slip up, one overextension, one missed utility, and immediately your days are going to be done and dusted, and 12-3 is the best scenario. Could be a little bit far-fetched, but again, that little late surge of momentum, it's always good for something. They can grab it.
That's true, but you still have to finish the job. Right? I don't know if you've entirely grabbed that momentum just yet, but maybe you have. Taz is starting to wake up. Taz has had enough of this. 2 kills out long. The CT side maybe prevailing a little bit more for HONORIS now. Too little too late, honestly. I still have to chalk this up to what are you going to be able to perform with on the offense. Job not done. Grasshog above the CT smoke. A couple of opportunities to find some kills. That Molotov might give him away anymore. Isn't going to let it go untapped. Response, though, is potentially Sobel coming through a smoke of their own up and through CT spawn. They have no recollection or no thought about this possibility. He's just cleared out mid and pretty much firmly cement that it's going to be an A take, if not shut it down himself. Bomb's been dropped on Cat, and they still haven't recovered it. Satan's getting pushed down. He's got to hang on to this op. It's not really something they can afford to reinvest, so just losing it is a big deal.
They'll be able to claim the site here. Oh, dangerous games in Terra's prioritizing getting the op in his hands. What has he got in store for us now? He's off of the rifles here. He's calling in his teammate to push up towards Catwalk to offer up some sorts of coverage, but Shooty's going to have to turn his attention elsewhere. Flash, well placed here. xCloud put in no man's land. Spotting out 1 player towards long, 2 towards Catwalk at the moment.
They've spotted all of them, but they need to layer in the kills, knowing both of the remaining members are moving up through elbow. It's an op in the 1v2. Best gun in the game and getting the 1v1 wins. And xantares is the best to win them. Eternal fire. They won't give anything more up. It's another op clutch for them. And it doesn't even come from the offer, but it's still very much so welcome. Even with Taz's heroism, even with Sobel's info on the flank, it's just not enough. And HONORIS are still getting leveled out.
And but a decent game as well, they gotta say. But there's that trio that is kind of quiet right now, and that's a big problem, right? You can't have just 2 players on this team, one of which is usually the player lacking behind the rest.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that Taz not only is the top of the chart for his own team, but he's in contention for top of the server, and they are down by this much of a margin. That's wild to me, man. Like, fact is, he could end this half technically as the top fragger of the server, and they could be down 14-1. Mind-boggling. Oh, well, never mind. You won't end at the top of the server, but still putting up a good fight for it. Good trade comes through from Hay in the AWP, and they're going to commit into B, which the push is currently coming through from HONORIS, and this is make or break. xCloud wins this fight, round's done, and there's that 14 guaranteed pretty much off the back of it. Retaking B site DUST2. Have fun, my friend. It's not going to happen. It's all up to Sammy in the 1v4. Maybe they can pull back an off clutch of their own. There's a couple of low health bars, and Sammy's just dealt with 2 of them. Emor, the only one with a reasonable amount of HP, and he's going to upgrade to the 8K to come back in for this.
Low HP bar on xCloud here. All of a sudden, this is very doable. HE as well. Imagine if he tossed that in towards Car, but he will not. Instead, he'll try and utilize the element of surprise, but his angle being covered, it's being watched here. He's getting spotted out as well. That's the alarm bell, but there's the high HP bar, and the HE's gonna sink him. That's gonna be perfect, but xCloud stays alive. He repositions through the doors. This is incredible from xCloud. He gets away with it one more time. Smoke on top. Strong showing on Nuke. DUST2 just wasn't it. Up towards Catwalk here. xantares just nails the shot as well. He lands a second.
I don't know how he's getting 2 kills there, but they're still going to come padding up Catwalk, which isn't going to be bidding them a very welcoming foresight. 2 kills come back from Emor with the bomb now dropped in enemy territory. The legend Taz to try to roll it back in the 1v4, and xantares, no intentions of letting him do so. Full house for 15, 14 map points for Eternal Fire.
That's just a stunning pistol right there. Everything going according to plan. xantares even setting up his teammates with the flashes right there. So. And now it does kind of worry me for what's to come on Inferno, because if they can keep the same form up on a map that everyone kind of feels comfortable, I mean, right? It's Inferno. Everyone knows how to play out that map. So even despite a couple of new changes with Hay and Playsoff walks, like, you're gonna have so much going right for you, and that's gonna be incredibly scary.
I mean, and Hayes even woken up on this map a little bit too, right? Maybe not been the, one that we've been staring at, but when he has an op in his hands, the impact has been different. Like, he's been getting openers. He's manifested big advantages and impactful kills. That's not something we saw on Nuke. And, again, talk about carrying the torch into the next map. You do that on Inferno, and it's like no other. Like, that is probably the op impact map. So if Hay can repeat half of the success he's had here, it might just be curtains. Oh,
xantares repeat. He's repeat that probably 3 or 4 times. Eventually, he presses his luck a little bit too much, and that will be the death of him. The rest of the team looking to move out and towards B. Task doesn't get any easier, though, to bypass xFlood here, but they have made it their way out towards B without xFlood knowing none the wiser here, but he strikes the perfect time for 3 kills, and this will be the closer. Curtains on DUST2, as quick as can be, just 1 round manufactured from HONORIS, and Sammy, not long.